I'm back again.
The scene starts off with the Mark variants causing straight havoc across the whole world. Just listen to what this one says.
I wouldn't even keep you as a slave in my empire.
Like, damn, bro, I know I'm ass, but like, you don't have to do me like that, dog. But this one right here gets absolutely cooked. But hold on, I heard about something he did in the comics and yeah, you got it, bro. We cool, right? Right? But the real Mark shows up to this psycho one and bro, look at his cut. I can tell this nigga's insane. This nigga walked into the barbershop and said, just fuck my shit up, twin.
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's fucked up what they be doing to y'all.
And this nigga starts screaming at Mark, telling him to get the fuck out of here, thinking that he's one of the invaders. But he clocks that this is the real Mark, and then he tries to press him, but this guy just starts rage baiting, presenting his work right in front of him, disregarding his question. He swings at Mark with this crazy wind up. Look at him hitting the yada, but hits this cleanly out the way and spears him down to the ground. Then Mark gets punched right in the dick and is having a grin on your face this big while having your whole face on another man's meat. Not crazy?
I'm trying to cook some food. Why ain't recommending me Diddy?
Bro, I'm over here trying to cook some meat and they showing me the meat master.
He then socks him upwards, grabs him by the ankle, slamming him down and had him looking like he's dragging a heavy bag. He then throws him in the air and chases him, but Mark blocks his hit, then gets blocked and spears him down to the ground, causing all this property damage. And I'd be so mad if I was there, because why is the officer running away? Nigga, do something. When the dust clears, we see these two holding hands on some chill shit. But this fuck-ass Mohawk headbutts the shit out of our Mark, making him fall on his ass and starts choking him out. But Mark remembers that he has hands, and with both fists, he turns his brain from a potato to mashed potato, making him fall down on top of him. And I won't lie, this frame right here look crazy, but let's push past it. From the whole world perspective, individuals identical to Invincible, bars, are committing acts of terrorism across the world. So naturally, when they see this face, it's on sight. So when this group of no-names see him, they think this is free screen time, not knowing that this is the only good Mark. The only evil act he has ever committed was stepping onto the street with this egregious fit. Oh nah, nigga, throw that out immediately. Just let it go. Terry Crews, Ellen DeGeneres, and Chris Evans start jumping him crazy. And look at the way she's making him look left and right as if he's crossing the road. And in the background, we see Powerplex witnessing him getting jumped and says,
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
And starts walking towards them. But somehow, some way, this one is still alive. I don't know how. This nigga brain must be like sketch, straight peanut butter. Powerplex smirks and immediately ups it on him, but gets rocked, sending him dumb far. We go back to Mark's crib and Oliver convinces his mom to let him go help. And when we get back to Mark, somehow he manages to convince the no-names that he's a good guy and manages to defeat the evil Mark. I don't know how they did it, but fair play. It's the next day and we see Oliver out here saving people. He sees Mark and flies up to him, but
Who the fuck is this nigga, bro?
and I start praying for this kid's life. The camera switches and we see Mark and Eve flying across the city. That place looks like the Avengers just stopped a bank robbery. At this point, Mark is gonna be fighting for nothing but rubble. There's gonna be no humans left. They look down and this Mark is getting absolutely jumped by another group of no-names. But he gets them off him and gets the shit rocked out of him by our Mark. When we get back to Oliver, the Mark done crushed him with a fucking boulder, had him hitting the Yamcha. But Oliver slides under him and blows his back out, pause. But that did nothing to him, and this nigga is dead, about to run the runs with a child. Yeah, GG's. He's about to get done like this. But in the nick of time, these two NPCs save him. We then get a view of what the other Marks are doing, and like I said earlier, this one is not to be fucked with, cause this Mark actually killed Omni-Man, bro. Yeah, you can go too, no need to check your ID. We get back to Mark and Eve and they are telling this Mark to fight. Bah! Then Omni-Mark pulls up and it becomes a 2v2 and this Mark straight tells him to fuck off. Like, okay bro, he's just trying to help you. Mark tells Eve to leave and I'm just here thinking, bro, you can barely handle Sexy Red's breath. How you gonna tussle with two variants of yourself? They charge at them and Omni-Mark goes straight for Eve and he is breaking every single one of her shields. Mark is getting out-weaved, not landing a single hit on bro, but then he manages to body slam him and then helps Eve. He spears Omni-Man and swings him around by his cape. This nigga should have listened to Edna. She was onto something about them capes. But Hood Vincible comes from the back, pause, and spikes him down and they both come crashing down on this nigga. While he's getting stomped out, Eve comes in to save him and pushes them off him. He is still telling Eve to get out of there and literally pushes her away and gets jumped immediately after. But Omni-Mark goes back to Eve and she puts this weak ass wall again like it's gonna do something. She's actually starting to piss me off like,
Do something else! Do something else! That's it!
That's all we want!
But he grabs her leg and snaps it and throws her on the ground. Bro, this nigga really hates her, bro. I want to know what his version of her did to him. Mark comes in and gets him off her, and as he's cradling her, the other Marks are like,
Open the window, Luther. Ah.
but then sees his robots come down to bail them out, allowing him to get her some help. One of the variants are fighting the remaining guardians of the globe, and he got them all slumped. This fraud is getting cooked as usual. He managed to get one hit on him, and he starts smirking ear to ear. Darkwing comes from the back and kicks him out of frame, and Mr. Mortal comes down from behind him only to get thrown off to the side. Darkwing comes in and nearly gets done the same way Omni-Man did his predecessor, but he only gets his leg broke, making him sing, and Mr. Mortal tries to run it, punching him over and over. But he still has that big ass smile on his face and grabs his fist and socks him. Then Duplicate tries to run it, but she stood no chance, bro. He comes back in again and with that same spear move, like, bro, that shit does not work. Why are you still doing it? Don't piss me off. He of course gets bodied, and something I will commend him in is that he will never duck a fate. Cause after all this, he's still trying to throw hands. Like at this point, I don't know if it's bravery or the brain damage catching up to him. Mind you, this nigga died like 9 times already, so his brain must be like Fleck Reacts.
Bro, that's skill, bro. I couldn't even stay inside the lines with coloring.
Bad at coloring inside the lines when it came to school shit.
Yo, this dude below me has a similar experience.
He flies in head first and gets his face palmed and rocked in the face. Then gets hit with the Robin double knee but with his feet. And he is not done, cause as he's laying there, Mark stomps right on his neck. Yeah, make that 10 times. He then picks up his head and throws it at Kate, killing this clone. Then out of nowhere with the MVP play, Blackwind pile drives him into the shadow. Yeah, he's dead, but anyway. We see one of the Mark variants fighting the teen team, and he has Rudy by the neck and rips him out his own fit. Nah, stripping the guy you're beating up is insane work, bro. It is never this serious. But then this guy comes in, I don't know his name, and gets bodied. And Rex, being the only one that can box, gets up and tells them all to leave, and he has a plan. He asks them to tell Ray that he's sorry he did not help her move, and after that I knew exactly what was coming next. It always happens to the guys that finally get that life they want. Rex begins to go straight BTA on him, and he's actually cooking and managed to knock him out the air and cause this huge explosion. But unfortunately, it didn't do shit and only angers him and gets choked. And being the real nigga that he is, he sticks his hand into his open wound, touching his skeleton, and Mark says that he's out of stuff to explode. And he says he's got one thing left and drops one of the hardest lines in the show.
My entire goddamn skeleton, dickhead.
And blows himself up, taking the variant out with him. RIP Rex, bro. I did not like him in the first season, but he actually became one of my favorites after that. And right when he was about to settle down with his girl, bro, this shit is sad. Why do TV shows love to do this shit? We then see the world is an absolute ruin. The destruction left behind by the variants was insane. When they get back to Amsterdam, they find out that they all got scammed. This reminds me of them uncles that be sending them money to Nigeria to build a new house, but whole time them niggas were gambling with that shit. But he sends them to a different dimension, leaving them stranded. Mark finds Angstrom and they get to tussling. He spawns these orbs, thinking he's Mr. Terrific, and Invincible crash down on the ground. I swear, Angstrom gotta be the ugliest character in the show. He is just terrifying to look at. This nigga came back looking like KSI fused with a ball sack. Get this shit off my screen. He dodges Mark's attack and continues to spam those annoying ass drones. But Mark is looking clean as hell. Look at all the theatrics he's doing, bro. Where did all this confidence come from? But Angstrom knows that he does not want to go hit for hit with Invincible, because this time he is not coming back. He opened the portal under him, but he missed every shot. But then he gets fed up and spams a billion of them straight at him, looking like Microbots from Big Hero 6. And they slam him down on the ground and he low-key starts cooking. But he's cooking a little too hard for Angstrom's well-being, because he opens up another portal, sending another billion of them. And I'm here thinking, how many of them things do you have? The second Mark notices that Angstrom has run out of drones, he charges straight at him, grabbing him by the neck. And he is seconds away from killing him, but then all of his bitch ass comes in out of nowhere.
Lick him up, raw stuff. Lick him up, lick him. No, got it.
Like, bro, where the fuck did you come from? But that distraction was all he needed to open up a portal, break out of his grip and escape. But Mark grabs his arm and Angstrom closes the portal before his whole body gets through.
That nigga actually pisses me off, cause why are you not dead? Bro, I was actually so mad when he came back, cause I thought he was dead, but now I got to see it for another season. And it's not even that what he's doing can be excused by his motives. This nigga should be after the other Invincibles, but he's after the only good one. This nigga using his real ops to kill someone that never did him any wrong. This is Dio levels of hating. We're gonna leave it at that, but we are not done with the world of Invincible because next week,
Stand ready for my arrival, worm.
yeah, I'm gonna catch you on next week.